Hey you! Wanna learn how to use Microsoft Access with NVDA? Let's go! Hey guys, what is up? The Queen here, and I'm back with another video in how to use Microsoft Access with NVDA series. Now this will be part 4, in which I'll be teaching you guys how to create relationships and how to create forms. But before we get into this video, I've realized that I've been getting a lot of comments from persons about how you guys love these videos and you love these tutorials. I love the encouragement, and it is what keeps me going and keeps me making these videos. So please guys, be sure to subscribe and to like the video and leave your comments below to let me know what you think and what you want me to do a tutorial on next. So let's get right into the video. Now, so the first thing we want to get into is creating relationships. In Microsoft Access, relationships are created to link similar fields in different tables. This is handy when linking data from one table in another and also when running queries. So make sure you have your Access database open. Then I want you to go to your menu. So you'd press Alt.
Ribbon tabs tab control expanded. Home tab selected Alt, H2 of 6.
Then use your right arrow to go over to Database Tools.
Create tab selected Alt, C3 of 6. External data tab selected Alt, X4 of 6. Database Tools tab selected Alt, Y15 of 6.
Then use your tab key to go down into this ribbon until you hear Relationships.
Database Tools grouping, Tools grouping. Compact and repair database button, compact and repair database Alt, Y1, C. Macro grouping, Visual Basic button, open the Visual Basic editor. Alt, Y1, V. Run macro button, run macro Alt, Y1, R. Relationships grouping. Relationships button, define how the data in tables is related, such as ID fields or name fields in different tables that should match. Alt, Y1, E.
And that's self-explanatory. Then we'll press enter on here.
Show table dialog. List box list.
Now, what it places you on is a list of all the different tables in your database. This is where you would choose the tables in which you have the common field. So I only have 2 tables in my database, but these are the 2 tables that have the common field. The column field, which is customer ID. So we need to add our tables first before we can create the relationship. So we're currently in the list of tables, and it's currently on a table right now, but it doesn't announce it to you. So let me down arrow and up arrow up again to hear which table I was on.
Orders. List box list. Customers.
Okay, so I was on the customers table up there, and I want to add that table to the list. So what I'll do is press my tab key until I hear the add button.
Add button Alt plus 8.
Then I'll press enter on it. Now it doesn't say anything to you, but that table is added. Now in order to add the other table, which is my orders table, I would have to shift tab up back to the list.
List box list. Customers.
Then down arrow to orders.
List box list. Orders.
Then I would press my tab key.
Add button Alt plus 8.
Then I would enter and add. Now once you're finished adding all your tables that you need to establish the relationship, you can press your tab key again.
Close button Alt plus C.
And enter on close.
Fields available for this view tree view. Level 1 order ID.
Now it shows you the fields available for this view. Now what I want you to do, the common field that we have is customer ID. So I'm going to down arrow until I hear customer ID.
Customer ID level 1.
Then I'm going to enter on it.
Edit relationships dialog. Table / query : combo box collapsed Alt plus T.
Then you would press your tab.
Related table / query : combo box collapsed Alt plus R.
Tab again.
Grid table. Row 1 row. Collapsed.
Tab again.
Cancel button.
Tab again.
Create new ... button Alt plus N.
Create new. This is what we want because we're going to create a new relationship. So we would press enter.
Create new dialog, left table name, right table name, left column name, right column name.
Okay, so let's visualize this now. Microsoft Excel places out the table. So they would have one table on the left and one table on the right. Okay, so what it's asking you now, there are 4 different boxes here for you to fill out. What's the name of the table that you want to be on the left, and what's the name of the table that would be on the right? Then it's going to ask you what is the field of the table on the left, and then what is the name of the field of the table on the right. So what we're going to do here, we're currently selected on an option, but it won't tell us which one we're selected on. So I'm going to press tab.
Right table name combo box collapsed. Right table name edit blank.
Then I'm going to press shift tab to go back up to that one that I was currently selected on.
Left table name combo box collapsed. Left table name edit orders.
Okay, so it automatically puts orders into the left table name. So let me press tab.
Right table name combo box collapsed. Right table name edit blank.
And then it's a collapse box, so you can use your Alt plus down arrow to open it. Then press your down arrow, then press Insert plus Tab to hear what you're selected on.
List box list. Customers.
You can repeat the down arrow and Insert plus Tab step until you hear the name of the table that you want. Then you can tab away.
Left column name combo box collapsed. Left column name edit blank.
Now, the left column name. We know that the left column name that we want is customer ID. So we would use the same Alt plus down arrow to open this menu. Then down arrow once.
List box list. Order ID.
Down arrow again.
List box list. Customer ID.
Ah, that's what we want. So we would tab away.
Right column name combo box collapsed. Right column name edit blank.
Then we would do the same thing here. Alt plus down arrow. Then down arrow.
List box list. Customer ID.
Ah, and that's what we want. So we would tab away.
Create new dialog left table name right table name left column name right column name. OK button.
Then we'd enter on OK.
Edit relationships dialog. Enforce referential integrity checkbox not checked Alt plus E.
Then we'd press tab.
Create button Alt plus C.
Then enter.
Pane.
Now we're finished here. So you can save the relationship by using the keystroke Ctrl plus S. Then close it by using Ctrl plus F4.
Customers grouping expanded. Customers table button customers.
And relationships wouldn't show up in the object list because, well, obviously it isn't an object. So we're going to be using the relationship that we just created when I'll be teaching you how to run queries. The way how it works, because we have customer ID in the orders table as well, but we also have it as a primary key in the customers table. What the primary key does is give each record that unique number. So if I were to run a query based on both tables, Microsoft Access will know once you create the relationship that that customer ID for that order information is related to whichever customer in the customers table. So we'll see that later on. So that's it for relationships. Let's move on now to forms. A form is an object in which you can use to enter, edit, or display data from a table or a query. You can use forms to control access to data, such as which fields of data are displayed. Providing those users with forms with just fields that are necessary for them makes it easier for them. Okay, so I have realized that creating a form with the form design and the form wizard or creating a blank form is not very accessible with us blind users. So what I've done is a tutorial on how to create a form based on a table. So I'm going to create a form based on the orders table so that the employees can easily just enter the new records relating to orders that customers come in and make. Now I will down arrow to the orders table that I need.
Orders grouping expanded. Orders button expanded orders. Orders table button orders.
Okay, now make sure it says table button because other objects can be in the orders grouping as well. So make sure you down arrow to the table. Then I'll press enter to open it.
One edit one.
Now I want to create a form for this table. So I would have to go into the menu, so Alt.
Ribbon tabs tab control expanded. Home tab selected Alt, H2 of 8.
Then right arrow to create.
Create tab selected Alt, C3 of 8.
Then tab until you hear the first option that says form.
Create grouping, templates grouping, tables grouping, table design button create a new, SharePoint lists collapsed Alt, queries grouping, query design button, forms grouping, form button create a form that lets you enter information for one record at a time.
Then click enter.
Grid table, row 1 row not selected, row 1, column order ID, 1 1.
Okay, so what it does is places you in a form. The form is created, but it places you in a form in layout view. I guess visual persons can go through right here and change the layout of their form, but I haven't figured out how to do that with NVDA as yet. But if I do, I'll show you guys later on in another video. But you cannot actually edit the form in layout view. What you would have to do is to first save your form and then you go up into the menu and then go to form view. So save your form first by using Ctrl plus S.
Save as dialog. Form name : edit Alt plus and selected orders.
and let's call it order form.
ORDER space FORM.
And you can just press enter.
Order form.
Then we'll go to our menu. So Alt,
Ribbon tabs tab control expanded. Form layout tools grouping. Design tab selected Alt Y JD 7 of 9.
then Tab,
Design grouping. Views grouping. View split button collapse view Alt JD W.
then Alt plus down arrow.
Form view not checked Alt JD W F.
Then enter on form view.
Order ID edit 1.
And there you go. And here you'll be able to edit your information just like how you edit on a table. So if I do Ctrl plus End, which will bring me to my last cell in the form,
Cost per t-shirt edit number.
then I'll press Tab to make a new record.
Order ID edit left paren. New right paren.
And there you go. And you'll be able to go through here and create the new records just like how you do it in a table. There should also be a way to be able to add your logo to the top of the form, but I haven't figured out that part of it yet. But later on, if I do, I'll definitely make a video with it. But that's it for this video. And right now you can just go ahead and close your form using the Ctrl plus F4.
Grid table. Row 1 row not selected. Row 1, column order ID 11.
And we can also close the orders table by using Ctrl plus F4.
Orders grouping expanded. Orders table button orders.
Now we're in the tables list and the orders grouping. Let me show you that the form falls under the actual orders grouping because we created the form for orders table. So let me down arrow.
Order form button order form.
And there you go. So that's it for this tutorial, guys, and I ask that you stay tuned for the next tutorial in which we'll be doing queries and reports. So there you go, guys, that's it for today's video. I hope you learned a lot, and remember, if you found this video helpful, be sure to like, subscribe, and turn on that notification bell to be notified when I'll post the next video. Be sure to also comment below and let me know what you think about this video, and if you have any inquiries, be sure to use my email, which will be found down in the description below, to contact me.